These days, it is all about customer centricity and user-centric design, and rightly so. Our research shows that while for most CEOs, customer centricity is essential to their business, only 1/5 of the customers rate their brands as customer-centric. Why is that important? Companies that show stronger levels of customer centricity outperform their peers when it comes to business growth. When we look at those outperforming brands, we can also see that customer centricity is embraced by the entire organization, ensuring that all employees make decisions with the customer in mind. So customer centricity should be at the heart of every company. This is where personas come in. Personas are key to really get to know your customer, crawl into their mind and anticipate what they are doing and thinking. Ideally, they allow us to understand consumer needs, experiences, and goals on a deeper level. They can potentially reduce complexity and guide decision making. They help to join forces in the company to improve the customer experience together. If they are crafted well, you can really empathize with your customers and step in their shoes. This guides you on how to communicate with them and which products and services you should offer. Let's get practical now. I want to share a recent case with you. We were hired to explore the impact of the sustainability trend on financial services. The key question was, what role does sustainability play in consumers' lives? The client was looking for a deeper customer understanding. This deeper understanding should guide innovation and communication initiatives for financial products. Persona thinking was the perfect approach to make different sustainability mindsets more tangible. Oh, hello, Marie. Sure, Marie. Sorry to keep you waiting. Just let me set the stage for you, okay? Okay, thanks. We went to work and discovered 4 dominating sustainability personas. Let us call them Ina, Stephen, Marie, and Paul. We described them in depth with their persona background, their motivations, tensions, and pain points. To grasp the essence of the persona quickly, we created one-pager for each one. Here is Marie's one-pager, the persona that is passionate about sustainability. From the chart, we can quickly learn that she is a 26-year-old young professional concerned about the environment and motivated to do her share for a better world. But also she does not want to be restricted in her choices and her quality of life. And she is spontaneous, as we just saw. Her freedom-loving mindset gets expressed in traveling and exploring the world. This one-pager is a good starting point, but of course, if you really want to get to know her, you need to work yourself through more information than that. You need to dig deeper. The great thing about personas is that they are usually based on thick data, gathered through interviews in our case, or even ethnography. But personas can be a bit bulky to consume. If you really want to understand Marie's shopping preferences or what she thinks about banks and financial issues in detail, you need to invest quite a bit more time and energy. In our case, we had close to 80 charts to describe all facets of the personas in depth. Quite a bit to search and go through. That is definitely one option, but we all know too well that sometimes the number of pages correlate negatively with the motivation to read them. In our professional lives, most of us are looking for quick information that is easy to grasp and that is relevant for our jobs to be done. For example, a social media marketing expert is probably most interested in Marie's media use. Someone, in contrast, concerned with the design of payment systems wants to know all about her payment behavior. So it is not easy to efficiently share a deeper understanding of personas to a broader audience. We ask ourselves what other options there are to get the specific information you need on personas in a more engaging way. Wouldn't it be great to just talk to a persona like Marie, to directly ask her the questions that are really relevant for your work, and to have an engaging interaction? Then let's give it a try. Here we go, Marie. It's your stage. Welcome to Marie's world. Here we can interact with her directly, but before we do so, let me show you what we can find on her personal page. On the left, we have profile information on Marie, including her interests and some pictures, like on the one-pager we saw before. On the right, there are some social media posts on topics she cares about, like sustainable fashion, her travels, and of course, she has something to say about banks. But the most interesting part is in the center, where we can directly interact with Marie. Let's make this a bit bigger so it's easier to see. And so have a quick chat with her. First question that comes to mind, and that we got a lot from client users, is about what she does to live a sustainable life. So let's ask her, how do you try to live more sustainable? So she tells us that she buys organic and fair trade food and generally tries to shop responsibly, but that she also doesn't want to restrict herself too much in terms of mobility. I wonder what she exactly means with shopping responsibly. To make this quicker, I cut and paste my questions, but you can also work with keywords to make the Q&A quicker. So she says she tries to limit her consumption and she mentions circular economy. I wonder what is this about and ask her. Okay, I see. Recycling is a key topic for her. As she posted on fashion on the right, I wonder where she buys her clothes. So, Marie, where do you get your clothes from? She says it's a mix of neighborhood, boutique, and even eBay. And she talks about that she has posted here on the right regarding this shop. She definitely is not a typical fast fashion buyer from this post. As our persona users were from the financial industry, there was a big interest in payment. So we asked her, how do you pay? And this was too unspecific, apparently, because it seems like she has different payment modes depending on the location. So none of these answers, none of these options would apply. And I would ask more specifically, I would want to know, how do you pay, for example, in a boutique, as you mentioned. And now I get the answer. We could keep asking here on why she pays the way she does and let her down. But browsing her social media posts, I could get curious about her travel habits and how this goes together with sustainability. So let's ask her, how does flying and sustainability go together? Interesting that she does not want to give up on flying, even though she has a bad conscience about it. And she mentions atmosphere as a way to compensate. We could dig deeper here on her travel habits, but leave it at that for now. As mentioned earlier, the key focus of the project was sustainability and financial issues. So let us see what her opinion is on that topic. So Marie, what do you expect from banks in terms of sustainability? Here we learn that banks are a low involvement topic for Marie and that she does not associate it with it spontaneously. But of course, I'm curious what potential she sees, as she mentions in the last part of her post. And here she mentions the GLS Bank as a positive examples of banks that operate on sustainable principles. From here, we could explore further what would make her switch from a current bank to this one and what she thinks about other sustainable concepts in the financial context. This short interaction has hopefully shown you the logic and the power of this way to communicate with a persona. You can get information from Marie you are really interested in and let her down if you want to. If you run out of questions, you can get inspired by her profile and by her social media posts. And you can even click on them to generate a question as a discussion or conversation starter. If we click on the GLS picture, the question, why are you not a customer of the GLS banks, shows in the chat box. And if we press OK, she answers. So we believe that this is a very different and more active way of engaging with personas. Coming up with questions and actively engaging with a persona is thought-provoking and leads to a deeper understanding of the persona mindset. I would say let's leave it at that and let's go back to the presentation with more background information. Let us look under the hood and talk a bit about how AI personas work. This is basically an answer bot, not a survey or interview bot asking questions. It's an answer bot or a Q&A bot that is the common use case outside of market research. All answers the persona bot gives are based on research findings. If possible, they are actual customer verbatims. This information is stored in a database, and so the answers are kept consistent with the underlying persona character. Depending on the question, the persona draws the answer that has most relevance from its database. This works with the help of natural language processing, short NLP, and quite a bit of training that allows the system to identify the intent of the question, also if it has not heard the exact question before. The bot continually learns from its interactions, and all chats can be reviewed and analyzed in real time by us or you. That means there's a back channel that gives us information on the question asked by users. Also, we can check if the bot answered correctly. If not, we can improve. So why do we think that AI personas are highly relevant for qualitative market research, and why are we so enthused about them? They help to present research insights in an engaging and interactive way. AI personas do not push information upon you, but you can pull information from them that is really relevant to you. It allows users with different backgrounds to get the breadth and depth of information they really need. Since it is basically an insights platform, it makes it easy to spread rich qualitative information within large organizations. So finally, AI personas empower market researchers in the spirit of augmented intelligence, meaning they do not take our job away, but help us to share the richness of qualitative research with an even larger audience. Thank you very much for your interest, and I'm looking forward to an interactive and engaging discussion now.